I traded loyalty for attention, and now I can't even sleep at night. I used to believe that boredom was the worst thing that could happen in a marriage. Not betrayal. Not loss. Not heartbreak. Just boredom. Our life wasn't bad. That's what makes this harder to admit. It was peaceful. Safe. Predictable. Every morning, he would wake up before me. Quietly. Gently. Trying not to disturb my sleep. By the time I opened my eyes, tea would already be on the table. Not because I asked, but because he remembered. "Did you sleep well?" he would ask. Every single day. And every single day, I answered without thinking. Yeah. We didn't fight. We didn't argue. We didn't break things or scream or storm out of rooms. And somehow, that silence started to feel heavier than chaos. I began to feel invisible. Not because he ignored me, but because he trusted me. Because he respected me. Because he never questioned me. And instead of appreciating that, I started craving something else. I wanted excitement. I wanted unpredictability. I wanted to feel like my presence could make someone lose control. I didn't say it out loud, but it grew inside me. Slowly. Dangerously. It started with my phone. Late nights. Endless scrolling. Watching people living lives that looked louder than mine. Women dancing. Laughing. Being admired. Men commenting. "You're gorgeous. Queen. Perfect." I would look at those comments. Then look at my life. And wonder. When was the last time someone said that to me? He still loved me. I know that now. But his love was quiet. Steady. Unshaken. And I mistook that for lack of passion. One night, everything shifted. "Come out with us," my friend insisted. "Just one night. You need it." I hesitated. Not because I wasn't allowed, but because it felt unfamiliar. When I told him, he simply said, "Okay. Be safe." No questions. No suspicion. No control. At the time, I thought, he doesn't even care where I go. Now I understand. He just trusted me completely. That night, I stood in front of the mirror longer than usual. I chose a dress I would never wear around him. Something bold. Something attention-grabbing. Something different. When I walked into the club, everything hit me at once. The music. The lights. The energy. It felt like stepping into another world. A louder world. A world where no one knew me. And that made me feel free. At first, I stayed close to my friend. Awkward. Out of place. Then it happened. A man looked at me. Not casually. Not politely. But intensely. "You're beautiful," he said. 2 words. That's all it took. But those 2 words did something inside me? Something I hadn't felt in years. I smiled. And in that moment, I felt seen. The night changed after that. I laughed more. Moved more. Talked more. People noticed me. More compliments came. More attention. More validation. And with every passing hour, I felt like I was becoming someone else. Someone exciting. Someone desirable. Someone alive. When I got home, the house was dark. Quiet. Still. He was asleep. I stood there for a moment, looking at him. Peaceful. Unaware. Trusting. And instead of feeling warmth, I felt distance. That was the first crack. After that night, I couldn't forget the feeling. The attention. The thrill. The way strangers made me feel important. Without even knowing me. So I went again. And again. And again. Soon. It wasn't just nights out. It was messages. Did you get home safe? You looked amazing tonight. I can't stop thinking about you. Things my husband never said anymore. Or maybe things I stopped noticing when he did. Because attention from strangers feels louder than love from someone familiar. I started changing. Coming home late. Hiding my phone. Becoming distant. He noticed. Of course he did. But he didn't accuse me. Didn't fight. Didn't demand answers. One night, he just asked, "Are you happy?" Such a simple question. And instead of being honest, I said, "I don't know." That answer was the beginning of the end. Because I did know. I just didn't want to admit it. Weeks later, I said the words that changed everything. "I think we should separate." He didn't react immediately. He just looked at me. Long. Deep. Like he was trying to understand something. That didn't make sense. "Why?" he asked softly. And I couldn't answer properly. Because how do you explain that you're leaving something real for something that doesn't even have a name? "I just need something different," I said. He nodded slowly. No anger. No shouting. Just quiet acceptance. And then he said, "I hope what you're chasing is worth it." At the time, I thought it was. I truly believed I was choosing happiness. But I didn't realize I was choosing something that would never last. Because attention is not love. And I learned that too late. At first, I told myself it was harmless. It's just going out. It's just talking. It's just attention. But the truth is, nothing that feels that good stays harmless for long. I started checking my phone first thing in the morning. Not for him. For them. New messages. New compliments. New people who didn't know my flaws. Only the version of me I chose to show. "You're perfect. You deserve better. I wish I had someone like you." And slowly, those words started rewriting my reality. I began to see my husband differently. Not as kind. Not as patient. Not as loving. But as boring. I hate admitting that. Because now I know. He wasn't boring. He was stable. But stability doesn't give you butterflies. And I was addicted to butterflies. One night, while getting ready to go out, he stood by the door, watching me. "You've been going out a lot," he said quietly. Not accusing. Not angry. Just noticing. I felt irritated. "Is that a problem?" I replied. He shook his head. "No. I just miss you." Those words should have stopped me. But they didn't. Because at that point, missing me didn't feel as powerful as wanting me. And strangers were very good at making me feel wanted. That night, I left without looking back. The man who felt different. Among all the noise, there was one man who stood out. He didn't rush. Didn't overwhelm me with compliments. Didn't try too hard. And somehow, that made him more interesting. You don't belong here, he said once. I laughed. Then why are you talking to me? He smiled. Because you look like someone who's pretending. That sentence stayed with me. Because it was true. I was pretending. Pretending I was happy. Pretending I didn't have a life waiting at home. Pretending I wasn't slowly losing myself. But instead of stepping back, I leaned in. We started talking more. Meeting more. With him. Everything felt intense. Conversations lasted hours. Silences felt meaningful. Every look felt deliberate. And for the first time in a long time, I felt chosen. Not as someone's wife, but as someone desirable. The final break. The night I officially ended my marriage. Wasn't dramatic. No shouting. No tears. Just quiet destruction. I can't do this anymore, I said. He looked at me for a long time. Is there someone else? He asked. I hesitated. That hesitation was my answer. He closed his eyes for a moment. Took a deep breath. And then said, okay. Just, okay. No fight. No begging. And somehow, that hurt more than if he had screamed. Because it meant he respected my choice. Even if it broke him. I packed my things that night. And as I walked out, he didn't stop me. Didn't say stay. Didn't say don't go. Just one sentence. I hope you don't regret this. At the time, I didn't think I would. Freedom felt amazing. At first. No responsibilities. No expectations. No one waiting. Just me. And a world full of attention. I moved into a new place. Started a new routine. Nights became louder. Longer. Wilder. And for a while, I felt unstoppable. But something strange started happening. The same things that once excited me started feeling empty. The compliments felt recycled. The conversations felt shallow. The connections felt temporary. And the man I thought was different? He changed. Slowly at first. Replies became shorter. Plans became uncertain. Effort disappeared. Until one night, I saw the truth. He was at the club. With someone else. Holding her hand. Looking at her the same way he once looked at me. And in that moment, everything shattered. Because I realized something painful. I wasn't special. I was just next. Broken heart, the regret. That night, I went home early. No music. No laughter. No distractions. Just silence. And for the first time in months, I let myself think about him. My husband. The way he cared. The way he stayed. The way he never made me question my place in his life. And suddenly, all the things I called boring felt priceless. I tried to sleep. But regret doesn't let you rest. It replays everything. Every moment. Every choice. Every warning you ignored. I miss you. I hope you don't regret this. His words echoed in my mind. Like a truth I ran from. Door the final moment. Going back to his house was the hardest thing I've ever done. Every step felt heavy. Every breath uncertain. But I still hoped. Maybe he would forgive me. Maybe he still loved me. Maybe I wasn't too late. But I was. Because some doors close quietly and never open again. Brain final truth. Now I understand something I wish I had known before. Attention is easy to find. Love is not. Excitement is temporary. Peace is rare. And the worst loneliness is not being alone. It's realizing you had something real. And you let it go. For something that was never yours to keep. Wilted flower final line. Now every night I stare at my phone. Not waiting for compliments anymore. Just wishing for one message from the man who truly loved me. And knowing it will never come.